What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 3-0-1 in the NHL, 4-3 in the NBA, and 13-3 in the MLB. We had a great day in the NHL, only one wrong, and that only one wrong came in overtime. We got the rest right. We got 3 games out of 4 right in the NHL. Then in the NBA, we went 1 game over 500, which is not good, but not bad either. And then in the MLB, 13-3, great day, 10 games over 500. That is what we needed because we have been struggling in the MLB, so that's a great way to rebound in the MLB. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Canadiens are going to Calgary to face the Flames. The Canadiens come in at 20-17-9, and the Flames come in at 21-23-3. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Calgary Flames won 5-2. The likely starters for this game is Jake Allen for the Montreal Canadiens and Jacob Markstrom for the Calgary Flames. And the Calgary Flames are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Canadiens to win this game on the road in Calgary. Next up, we have the Vancouver Canucks going to Ottawa to face the Senators. The Canucks come in at 19-19-3, and the Senators come in at 27-4. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Vancouver Canucks won 4-2. The likely starters for this game is Braden Holtby for the Vancouver Canucks and Matt Murray for the Ottawa Senators. And the Vancouver Canucks are a favorite in this one. Give me the Canucks to win this game on the road in Ottawa. Next up, we have the Colorado Avalanche going to St. Louis to face the Blues. The Avalanche come in at 31-10-4, and the Blues come in at 20-19-6. The last game these two teams played last time, and the St. Louis Blues won 5-3. The likely starters for this game is Philip Grubauer for the Colorado Avalanche and Jordan Binnington for the St. Louis Blues. And the Colorado Avalanche are a favorite in this one. Give me the Avalanche to win this game on the road in St. Louis. Next up, we have the Carolina Hurricanes going to Dallas to face the Stars. The Hurricanes come in at 31-10-6, and the Stars come in at 20-15-12. The last game for the Carolina Hurricanes, they lost 4-3 in overtime versus the Florida Panthers, and for the Dallas Stars, they won 2-1 in overtime versus the Detroit Red Wings. And the likely starters for this game is Peter Mrazek for the Carolina Hurricanes and Anton Khudobin for the Dallas Stars. And the Carolina Hurricanes are a favorite in this one. Give me the Hurricanes to win this game on the road in Dallas. Next up, we have the Florida Panthers going to Nashville to face the Predators. The Panthers come in at 31-13-5, and the Predators come in at 26-21-2. The last game for the Florida Panthers, they won 4-3 in overtime versus the Carolina Hurricanes, and for the Nashville Predators, they won 3-1 versus the Chicago Blackhawks. And the likely starters for this game is Sergei Bobrovsky for the Florida Panthers and UC Saros for the Nashville Predators. And the Florida Panthers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Panthers to win this game on the road in Nashville. Next up, we have the Edmonton Oilers going to Winnipeg to face the Jets. The Oilers come in at 27-16-2, and the Jets come in at 27-17-3. The last game for the Edmonton Oilers, they lost 4-3 versus the Montreal Canadiens, and for the Winnipeg Jets, they lost 4-1 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the likely starters for this game is Mike Smith for the Edmonton Oilers and Connor Hellebuyck for the Winnipeg Jets. And the Edmonton Oilers are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Jets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Anaheim Ducks going to Los Angeles to face the Kings. The Ducks come in at 14-27-7, and the Kings come in at 17-22-6. The last game for the Anaheim Ducks, they lost 5-1 versus the Vegas Golden Knights, and for the LA Kings, they lost 4-0 versus the Arizona Coyotes. And the likely starters for this game is John Gibson for the Anaheim Ducks and Cal Peterson for the LA Kings. And the LA Kings are a favorite in this one. Give me the Kings to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Arizona Coyotes going to San Jose to face the Sharks. The Coyotes come in at 21 21, 22, and 5, and the Sharks come in at 18, 24, and 5. The last game for the Arizona Coyotes, they won 4-0 versus the Los Angeles Kings, and for the San Jose Sharks, they lost 6-3 versus the Minnesota Wild. And the likely starters for this game is Darcy Kempfer for the Arizona Coyotes and Martin Jones for the San Jose Sharks. And the Arizona Coyotes are a favorite in this one. Give me the Coyotes to win this game on the road in San Jose. And that does it for the NHL. Let's move on to the NBA. The Suns are going to New York to face the Knicks. The Suns come in at 42-18, and the Knicks come in at 34-27, and the Phoenix Suns are a 1.5 point favorite in this one. Give me the Suns to win this game on the road in New York. Next up, we have the Atlanta Hawks going to Detroit to face the Pistons. The Hawks come in at 34-27, and the Pistons come in at 18-43. I'm going to go with the Hawks here. Give me the Hawks to win this game on the road in Detroit. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Lakers going to Orlando to face the Magic. The Lakers come in at 35-25, and the Magic come in at 18-42. I'm gonna go with the Magic here. Give me the Magic to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder going to Philadelphia to face the 76ers. The Thunder come in at 20-40, and the 76ers come in at 39-21. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the 76ers to win this game at home. Next up, we have the San Antonio Spurs going to Washington to face the Wizards. The Spurs come in at 30-29, and the Wizards come in at 27-33. I'm gonna go with the Spurs here. Give me the Spurs to win this game on the road in Washington. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Tampa Bay to face the Raptors. The Cavaliers come in at 21-39, and the Raptors come in at 25-35. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Raptors to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls going to Miami to face the Heat. The Bulls come in at 25-35, and the Heat come in at 32-29, and the Miami Heat are a 4-point favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Bulls to win this game on the road in Miami. Next up, we have the Utah Jazz going to Minnesota to face the Timberwolves. The Jazz come in at 44-16, and the Timberwolves come in at 17-44, and the Utah Jazz are a 10-point favorite in this one. Give me the Jazz to win this game on the road in Minnesota. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Clippers going to New Orleans to face the Pelicans. The Clippers come in at 43-19, and the Pelicans come in at 26-34, and the Los Angeles Clippers are a 3.5 point favorite in this one. Give me the Clippers to win this game on the road in New Orleans. Next up, we have the Memphis Grizzlies going to Denver to face the Nuggets. The Grizzlies come in at 31-28, and the Nuggets come in at 39-21. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Nuggets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Dallas Mavericks going to Sacramento to face the Kings. The Mavericks come in at 33-26, and the Kings come in at 24-36. I'm gonna go with the Mavericks here. Give me the Mavericks to win this game on the road in Sacramento. And that does it for the NBA. Let's move on to the MLB. The Royals are going to Detroit to face the Tigers. The Royals come in at 13-7, and the Tigers come in at 7-15. Game 1 of this series was won by the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 6-2. Game 2 of this series was won by the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 2-1. And Game 3 of this series was won by the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 4-0. So the Kansas City Royals are looking to sweep the Tigers here. And the pitching matchup for this game is Brad Keller for the Kansas City Royals and Spencer Turnbull for the Detroit Tigers. And the Kansas City Royals are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Tigers to win this game at home. And give me the under 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Minnesota Twins going to Cleveland to face the Indians. The Twins come in at 7-13, and the Indians come in at 9-11. For the Minnesota Twins, their series against the Pirates, they lost their series. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Pirates. And for the Cleveland Indians, they also lost their series. They lost 3 out of the 4 games against the Yankees. And the pitching matchup for this game is Jose Berrios for the Minnesota Twins and Zach Plesac for the Cleveland Indians. And the Minnesota Twins are a favorite in this one. Give me the Twins to win this game on the road in Cleveland. And give me the over 7.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Chicago Cubs going to Atlanta to face the Braves. The Cubs come in at 10-11. And the Braves come in at 9-12. For the Chicago Cubs, their last series, they lost their series against the Brewers. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Brewers. And for the Atlanta Braves, they also lost their series to the Diamondbacks. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Diamondbacks. And the pitching matchup for this game is Zach Davies for the Chicago Cubs and Charlie Morton for the Atlanta Braves. And the Atlanta Braves are a favorite in this one. Give me the Braves to win this game at home and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the New York Yankees going to Baltimore to face the Orioles. The Yankees come in at 9-12, and the Orioles come in at 9-12. For the New York Yankees, they won their series against the Indians. They won 3 out of the 4 games against the Indians. And for the Baltimore Orioles, they lost their series to the Athletics, but they did win the final game to break the Oakland Athletics' big winning streak, which came to an end today because the Baltimore Orioles killed them 8-1. And the pitching matchup for this game is Davy Garcia for the New York Yankees and Matt Harvey for the Baltimore Orioles. And the New York Yankees are a favorite in this one. Give me the Yankees to win this game on the road in Baltimore and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Oakland Athletics going to Tampa Bay to face the Rays. The Athletics come in at 14-8 and the Rays come in at 11-11. For the Oakland Athletics, they won their series against the Orioles. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Orioles. Unfortunately, their winning streak came to an end. The Orioles beat them in their final game of the series. And for the Tampa Bay Rays, they lost their series against the Toronto Blue Jays. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Blue Jays. And the pitching matchup for this game is Sean Manaea for the Oakland Athletics and Rich Hill for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Oakland Athletics are a favorite in this one. Give me the Athletics to win this game on the road in Tampa Bay and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Miami Marlins going to Milwaukee to face the Brewers. The Marlins come in at 9-12 and the Brewers come in at 13-8. For the Miami Marlins, they lost their series against the Giants. They lost 3 out of the 4 games against the Giants. And for the Milwaukee Brewers, they won their series against the Cubs. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Cubs. And the pitching matchup for this game is Trevor Rogers for the Miami Marlins and Corbin Burns for the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Milwaukee Brewers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Brewers to win this game at home and give me the over 6.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies going to St. Louis to face the Cardinals. The Phillies come in at 10-11, and the Cardinals come in at 11-10. For the Philadelphia Phillies, they lost their series against the Rockies. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Rockies. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, they swept the Reds. They won all 3 games against the Reds. And the pitching matchup for this game is Zach Wheeler for the Philadelphia Phillies and Adam Wainwright for the St. Louis Cardinals. And the favorite for this one is a pick'em, so I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win this game at home and give me the over 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Angels going to Texas to face the Rangers. The Angels come in at 10-10, and the Rangers come in at 9-13. For the Seattle Mariners, they split their series against the Boston Red Sox. They went 2-2 against the Red Sox, and for the Houston Astros, hold on a second. Hold on. What am I doing? For the Los Angeles Angels, they lost their series against the Astros. They lost 3 out of the 4 games against the Astros. And for the Texas Rangers, they got swept by the White Sox. They lost all 3 games against the White Sox. And the pitching matchup for this game is Shohei Ohtani for the Los Angeles Angels and Jordan Lyles for the Texas Rangers. And I don't know who's favored in this one, but give me the Angels to win this game on the road in Texas. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners going to Houston to face the Astros. The Mariners come in at 13-9, and the Astros come in at 10-11. For the Seattle Mariners, they split their series against the Red Sox. They went 2-2 against the Red Sox. And for the Houston Astros, they won their series against the Angels. They won 3 out of the 4 games against the Angels. And the pitching matchup for this game is Justice Sheffield for the Seattle Mariners and Jose Urquidy for the Houston Astros. And I don't know who's favored in this one, but give me the Astros to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Colorado Rockies going to San Francisco to face the Giants. The Rockies come in at 8-13, and the Giants come in at 14-8. For the Colorado Rockies, they won their series against the Phillies. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Phillies. And for the San Francisco Giants, they won 3 out of the 4 games against the Marlins. The pitching matchup for this game is Austin Gomber for the Colorado Rockies and Anthony Desclafani for the San Francisco Giants. And the San Francisco Giants are favored in this one. Give me the Giants to win this game at home and give me the under 7.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Reds going to Los Angeles to face the Dodgers. The Reds come in at 9-12. And the Dodgers come in at 15-7. For the Cincinnati Reds, they got swept by the Cardinals. They lost all 3 games against the Cardinals. And for the LA Dodgers, they lost 3 out of the 4 games against the Padres. The pitching matchup for this game is Tyler Mahle for the Cincinnati Reds and Julio Urias for the LA Dodgers. And the LA Dodgers are favored in this one. Give me the Dodgers to win this game at home and give me the under 7.5 runs in that game. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give me the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.